Codex has steadily evolved into a more effective coding collaborator. 2 weeks ago, we unified Codex into a single product experience connected by your ChatGPT account, enabling you to move work seamlessly between your local environment and the cloud without losing context. Codex now works where you develop, in your terminal or IDE, on the web, in GitHub, and even in the ChatGPT iOS app. Codex is included with ChatGPT Plus, Pro, Business, Edu, and Enterprise plans. With these updates, Codex moves closer to what we've been building toward all along. A teammate that understands your context, works alongside you, and reliably takes on work for your team. Codex. GPT-5 Codex is a version of GPT-5 further optimized for agentic software engineering in Codex. It's trained on complex, real-world engineering tasks, such as building full projects from scratch, adding features and tests, debugging, performing large-scale refactors, and conducting code reviews. It's more steerable, adheres better to agents.md instructions, and produces higher quality code. Just tell it what you need without writing long instructions on style or code cleanliness. GPT-5 Codex adapts how much time it spends thinking more dynamically based on the complexity of the task. The model combines two essential skills for a coding agent: pairing with developers in interactive sessions and persistent, independent execution on longer tasks. That means Codex will feel snappier on small, well-defined requests or while you are chatting with it, and will work for longer on complex tasks like big refactors. During testing, we've seen GPT-5 Codex work independently for more than 7 hours at a time on large, complex tasks, iterating on its implementation, fixing test failures, and ultimately delivering a successful implementation. On OpenAI employee traffic, we see that for the bottom 10% of user turns sorted by model-generated tokens, including hidden reasoning and final output, GPT-5 Codex uses 93.7% fewer tokens than GPT-5. Conversely, for the top 10%, GPT-5 Codex thinks more, spending twice as long reasoning, editing, and testing code, and iterating. GPT-5 Codex has been trained specifically for conducting code reviews and finding critical flaws. When reviewing, it navigates your codebase, reasons through dependencies, and runs your code and tests in order to validate correctness. We evaluated code review performance on recent commits from popular open-source repositories. For each commit, experienced software engineers evaluated review comments for correctness and importance. We find that comments by GPT-5 Codex are less likely to be incorrect or unimportant, reserving more user attention for critical issues. GPT-5 Codex is a reliable partner on front-end tasks. In addition to creating aesthetic desktop apps, GPT-5 Codex also shows significant improvements in human preference evaluations when creating mobile websites. When working in the cloud, it can look at images or screenshots you provide as input, visually inspect its progress, and display screenshots of its work to you. GPT-5 Codex was purpose-built for Codex CLI, the Codex IDE extension, the Codex cloud environment, and working in GitHub, and also supports versatile tool use. Unlike GPT-5, which is a general-purpose model, we recommend using GPT-5 Codex only for agentic coding tasks in Codex or Codex-like environments. Updates to Codex. We also recently made some updates to make Codex a better pair programmer with a revamped Codex CLI and the new Codex IDE extension. Codex CLI is open source, and community feedback over the last few months has been invaluable in shaping its evolution. With this feedback, we've rebuilt Codex CLI around agentic coding workflows to harness our models into more capable and reliable partners. You can now attach and share images, screenshots, wireframes, and diagrams right in the CLI to build shared context on design decisions and get exactly what you want. When doing more complex work, Codex now tracks progress with a to-do list and includes tools like web search and MCP for connecting to external systems, with more accurate tool use overall. The terminal UI has also been upgraded. Tool calls and diffs are better formatted and easier to follow. Approval modes are simplified to 3 levels: read-only with explicit approvals, auto with full workspace access but requiring approvals outside the workspace, and full access with the ability to read files anywhere and run commands with network access. It also supports compacting conversation state to make longer sessions easier to manage. Check out the Codex CLI Quick Start to learn more. The Codex IDE extension. Codex meets you where you already work, including in your IDE. The IDE extension brings the Codex agent into VS Code, Cursor, and other VS Code forks so that you can seamlessly preview local changes and edit code with Codex. When you use Codex in your IDE, you can write shorter prompts and get faster results because Codex can use context like the files you've opened or the code you've selected. The Codex IDE extension also lets you move work smoothly between the cloud and your local environment. You can create new cloud tasks, track in-progress work, and review completed tasks without leaving your editor. To make finishing touches, you can open cloud tasks in your IDE, and Codex maintains context. Learn more on how to get the most out of the IDE extension in the Quick Start. Codex Cloud. In addition to Codex CLI, the new IDE extension and GitHub integration bring the Codex Cloud agent closer to developer workflows, so you can now delegate tasks without switching away from your editor or GitHub. Behind the scenes, we've also been continuously improving cloud infrastructure performance. By caching containers, we've slashed the median completion time for new tasks and follow-ups by 90%. Codex also now automatically sets up its own environment by scanning for common setup scripts and executing them. And with configurable internet access, can run commands like pip install to fetch dependencies as needed at runtime. Like in the CLI and IDE extension, you can now use images to share front-end design specs or explain UI bugs. As it builds for you, Codex can spin up its own browser, look at what it built, iterate, and attach a screenshot of the result to the task and GitHub PR. For more details, check out the docs. Code review. Codex also now includes code review capabilities trained to catch critical flaws. Unlike static analysis tools, it matches the stated intent of a PR to the actual diff, reasons over the entire code base and dependencies, and executes code and tests to validate behavior. Only the most thorough human reviewers put this level of effort into every PR they review, so Codex fills the gap, helping teams find problems earlier, reduce reviewer load, and ship with more confidence. Once turned on for a GitHub repo, Codex automatically reviews PRs as they move from draft to ready, posting its analysis on the PR. If it recommends edits, you can stay in the same thread and ask Codex to implement them. You can also explicitly ask for a review by mentioning @Codex